The 2-week holidays are here, which means what? It means it is your chance to actually fix yourself. It is your chance to fix the mistakes that happen in term 1 so that you can get to term 2 an absolute academic weapon, right? But the sad thing is that most people do the wrong thing in the holidays, right? They either do nothing or they do something, but they're doing the wrong thing, right? So in today's video, I'm going to go over how a 95 plus ATAR student uses their 2-week holidays and how I used it to improve each term, because these holidays are like so important because it gives you the chance to improve each term, to fix yourself, to fix the mistakes you made, to fix the terrible habits, all this stuff. This is why the holidays are so important, okay? And it's why I was able to continuously make the academic comeback and continuously reinvent myself, right? So look, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with the objectives for these 2 weeks, okay? It's important we go over the objectives because these objectives are kind of like what measures your success. At the end of the 2 weeks, I want you to have these ticked, okay? So first thing is I want you to have a mental and physical reset. Okay, this is extremely important. A lot of you, if you actually did anything in term 1, you might feel this like mental exhaustion or like this physical, just not wanting to do anything, right? We want to reset during the holidays so that we can just start super fresh, 120% effort in term 2, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is self-reflection, okay? Next is getting ahead for term 2, correction of term 1 mistakes, consolidation of knowledge, and knowledge gap filling. Okay, these are the objectives. I haven't gone over a specific order. I will in a minute, but these are the things that you want to have finished or done by the end of these 2 weeks. Okay, those are the objectives. Now, if you're not doing this already, make sure you take notes. Okay, so what is the 95 plus ATAR game plan? What should you be doing during these 2 weeks? All right, I'm going to split this down into 2 things. Let's start off with week 1. Okay, week 1 is all about the identification and the correction of term 1 mistakes. Okay, and the first thing you want to do when it comes to this week is self-reflect. Now, if you are someone who watches my videos and you're familiar with the channel, I talk about this all the time, right? In fact, even the previous holiday videos, I say the same thing. Self-reflection is how you self-correct. Self-reflection is how you self-reflect, right? There is no other way of truly fixing yourself without like reflecting on how you've done, right? So the first step I want you to do, and this I want you to take a day to do, right? 1 full day, not 10 minutes, not half a day. I want you to literally spend the whole day doing it. First day of week 1 is self-reflection. I want you to write down what mistakes did you make during term 1, right? And just be honest. Like, please, I hate when I see people self-reflect and they're like trying to sugarcoat everything. Just be honest. If you did nothing, write that down. And I'd personally recommend you do this on a physical book, like one of these ones. If I show you that, one of these books, just open it up. No one's going to read it. Just write honestly to yourself, like, what were the mistakes that you made, right? Now, when I say mistakes, I mean that could be like cramming. It could be not doing enough past papers. It could be wasting time by going out with friends. Whatever it is, you know what mistakes you made. The next thing you want to do is ask yourself what you did well, right? So maybe something you did well was, okay, you know what, I actually did, I started off doing really well, but then I fell off. Or another thing you did well was studying more. Could be anything. Again, it's whatever you did, right? Then number 3, this is the most important thing, is what are the actionable things that I will be doing to not make the same mistakes for term 2? Okay, now this is so important. Why? Because the absolute worst thing that can happen is that in term 1, you are the exact same as term 2. That is like, if something would make you regret, it would be this, that you start term 2 having the same bad habits, having the same poor mindset, having the same, like you're literally the same person. If you start term 2 like that, you've just lost, like you genuinely have. That is the worst. For people to start term 2 doing the exact same things in term 1. And the worst part is they end up sulking in the end, being like, oh man, I'm just dumb. I'm this, I'm not. No, it's because you're not fixing yourself. If you're not fixing yourself, how do you expect to get better, right? So that's the first thing, self-reflection. And please make this deep. Make this like real deep. Don't half-ass this, okay? Make it deep. quiet space, take out a notebook, put something on in the background, and just focus and do it. All right. Now, your TikTok brain might not like it, but you just have to do it. Okay. Now, one other thing you want to do as part of this step, I didn't actually write it down here, but what you want to do is also organize everything. Organize your physical space, right? Tidy your desk, tidy your books, organize your digital space, fix up your laptop, fix up your computer environment, right? Don't make it cluttered, and set new goals. Okay. I want you to set new goals. Now, what type of goals? Two things. Number one, holiday goals. And number two, term 2 goals. Okay. So holiday goals is just like what you plan on achieving these holidays. And term 2 goals is what you want to be doing in term 2. And these goals, when I say goals, it extends to 2 things. Number one, yourself. So for example, your goal is to wake up 5 a.m. every day, to do more practice questions, to study harder, to blah, 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 blah. And results wise. So, 90%, first rank, whatever it is. Okay. That is the first thing you want to do in the holidays. Self-reflection, very, very important. If you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh, I don't need to do this step, you need to do it more than everyone else. Okay. Step number 2 is now where we get to the actual studying and content. We want to identify the knowledge gaps that we have. Okay. And I've gone over this in previous videos. The way we want to do this is what we call the traffic light system. Okay. The traffic light system is where you basically go through the syllabus of each of your subjects, okay? And you categorize each topic that you've learned in topic 1 into 3 different colors, okay? The first color is green, and the green is for the topics that you know, okay? You're confident with, you're all good to go, you're chilling. Orange is for the topics that you kind of know, but you need to revise, right? You know that topic that's I think I can explain half of it, but I can't do the other half, that type of stuff. And then the next one is red. This is the things that you just don't know at all. It's confusing, or you didn't do it, or you're lost, right? And you want to do this for each of your topics, okay? So you want to take out the syllabus of biology, look at the topics you've done, and do it for each topic. Then you want to take it out for physics, same thing. Math, same thing. Even English. But with English, instead of highlighting the topics, you would highlight the areas that you're struggling. For example, I did common module and I was terrible with the unseen text. Again, random example, right? And you want to do this for all of your subjects, okay? And the reason why this step is so important is because this is what's going to allow us to fix them later, because we need to identify it, right? So again, just to further show you this, right? We have topic 1, 2, 3, whatever the topic is. And we just go through topic 1, be like, oh, yeah, I know that. Topic 2, I kind of need to revise it. Topic 3, no, I just don't know what the hell's happening, okay? Now, when we've identified it, we then want to go on to the next step, which is correcting the knowledge gaps, right? And this is where we want to turn these reds into greens and turn these oranges into greens, okay? So at the end of this step, we want our whole syllabus of term 1 to be all green. Okay, because if you do that, you've corrected your knowledge gaps of term 1. Now, when I say correct your knowledge gaps, how do we do this? Very simple. It's all about understanding, right? So you want to, go on YouTube, go on your textbook, go whatever source you're using for the information, and just see where you went wrong, and then just fix that knowledge gap that you've not been able to fix during term 1. And then you're not done yet. 4 is to do past papers on these topics, okay? Do questions on these red topics and on these orange topics from past papers to make sure that you know the topic, right? Now, remember, or if you don't watch my channel, let me just tell you now, past papers are the best study method, right? So you want to make sure you do some past papers to really guarantee that you know that, okay? So that is for the first week of the holidays, okay? This now leads us to the second week. And during the second week, you probably guessed it, it's all about getting ahead. Okay. And we want to get ahead of the term 2 content. This is where you really get ahead of everyone else. Okay. This is where you look at the syllabus. Let's say bio, right? You look at the syllabus and you see what you're going to be learning next. And you start to pre-learn it for term 2, right? And you want to pre-learn as much as possible, and you want to get ahead as much as possible. Okay, because this is why getting ahead is so powerful, right? When term 2 starts, let's say, everyone else in school starts topic 4. But let's say you got ahead of topic 4 and you're on topic 5. Okay. When they get to topic 5, you're going to be on topic 6. When they get to topic 6, you're going to be on topic 7. And you're just always going to have that upper, that upper hand. Okay. So this is why getting ahead during the second week of holidays is so important. Okay. And all you need to do is like, and by the way, when I say get ahead, I don't mean like you need to be 100% confident with the topics. No, obviously not. But I mean like pre-learn everything. Just pre-learn everything. See what you're learning. Okay, term 2, I'm going to be starting this topic, starting this module. All right, let's start to, get ahead by, understanding what's happening, doing some questions, etc. Just get ahead. Okay? Very, very important. And remember that getting ahead of one dot point is better than nothing. Okay, I do not want you to finish these term 2 holidays having not got ahead of anything. Even if you hypothetically took a week and a half to do this, spend one day getting ahead, right? Because it's very important, right? So that is the 95 plus ATAR game plan for the holidays. Now, I want to just emphasize one thing, and that is that although I've said this is for week 1 and this is for week 2, this cannot be a fixed number because depending on your level, you might need to put more time towards a specific week. For example, if you have a lot of term 1 mistakes, then obviously you're going to have to spend more than a week doing this. If you don't have that many term 1 gaps in knowledge and mistakes, then maybe you need to spend like 3 days doing this. And that way you can spend the rest getting ahead. This is something that you need to decide and just act accordingly. Okay? Now, before I end off this video, I want to now give you some important things to know. Very, very important things that you need to be doing during these holidays to maximize it completely. Okay? First thing is form a schedule during these holidays. This is extremely important, okay? It kills me when I see a student who's in the holidays, they don't have any schedule, they don't have any routine, and they're just going with the flow. I promise you, if you do that, you're going to finish the holidays in complete regret and you're going to, start crying and regretting everything. Like it doesn't make sense, okay? Because in the holidays, you have the whole day to yourself, right? And if you don't actually manage and plan what you're going to do during the day you have, you're going to be in bed scrolling all day, okay? So form a schedule. And when I say form a schedule, I mean, what time are you going to wake up, okay? And when you wake up, what's your morning routine look like, okay? And after your morning routine, when are you going to start studying? Study time. And then how long are you going to start studying? Like how long are you going to study for, right? When are you going to take your breaks? When are you going to, go out with family? Just plan everything. When are you going to sleep? When are you going to rest? Everything, okay? And you want to have this schedule and you want to stick to it and you want to be strict with it, okay? So form a schedule. And if you want me to put a video with this, actually, I will be uploading a video on this soon. But yeah, form a schedule, use Google Calendar, or even just use a piece of paper, whatever you want to do. Next thing, please do not sleep in, okay? Yes, you're on holidays, but guess what? You don't have holidays, okay? If you're on year 11 or 12, you don't have holidays, okay? So don't sleep in. And when I say don't sleep in, I don't mean you have to wake up at 5 a.m. But like wake up at like 8, 9, like just early, right? Don't sleep into 12 and 1 because the effects of that is that when you go back to school, your sleep schedule is going to be absolutely cooked, okay? So don't sleep in, okay? Take it seriously. Please don't sleep in. And trust me, it's such a thing. You're going to regret it, right? Next thing, incorporate breaks daily. I'll tell you what would absolutely suck, that you finish the 2-week holidays and you're just completely burnt out. Right? So incorporate breaks daily. And it's very easy to do in the holidays, right? What I personally did was I had a study block in the morning that went for 4 hours. Then I took a 2-hour break in between. And then I had another study block that went for like 4 hours again. And then at night, I also had a break, right? So 1 hour break. And then even during these 4 hours studying, I would have, mini breaks, right? So just incorporate breaks throughout your day and plan them. You have the whole day. There's no excuses for not having breaks. Go out for walks, exercise. Don't just stay inside studying all day. Yes, spend a lot of time, but don't just, not have any breaks. It's very important for your mental state, your physical state, everything. Next thing is don't play around. Okay, don't play around, right? I promise you, I don't say this for views or I don't know. I can't stress this enough. The holidays are so important. Don't treat them as something that's like, I can kick back and just, just do like, last week of school or like last week of holidays, I'll do it, or like 2 days. Don't play around. If you use these holidays properly, your term one will not impact term two. If you use these holidays properly, you can still save your ATAR. If you use these holidays properly, you can still achieve anything you want. But if you play around with it, you're just going to hate. Like, trust me, it's a terrible feeling. I've made this mistake before. Thankfully, it wasn't bad at all. It was like at the start of year 11 until I realized how important the holidays were. You don't want to play around. Take it very seriously, plan the hell out of it, and don't slack off, okay? And finally, this leads on to my next thing, go hard, okay? I think a few days ago, I saw someone post online, some other creator, talking about how a 99.95 ATAR schedule is studying 1 hour a day in holidays. You're kidding yourself. If you think you can study 1 hour a day in the holidays and return to term to an academic weapon and achieve a high ATAR, you're kidding yourself. Go hard, okay? Now, when I say go hard, I mean play hard. Sorry, I mean work hard, play hard, right? I'm sure you've heard the saying, work hard, play hard. If you don't know what that actually means, that means when you're studying, study your ass off. Study as hard as you possibly can. I'm talking like 6 hours of study per day, minimum. My opinion, for someone who went from a low performing to 97 plus ATAR, 6 hours a day minimum. Okay, I'd honestly be doing 8 hours too. Now, it depends what year you're in. Year 12, this is mainly for year 12s. If you're in year 11, it'll be obviously less, right? But play hard means when you're not studying, play hard. Like, rest, do whatever you want. Watch Netflix with full focus, play games, whatever you want. So that's why there's a balance between, that's why this is what the quote means, work hard, play hard. When you're studying, study with full focus and forget everything else. When you're playing, resting, whatever you call it, don't think about the study, right? And that way you can have a balance of both, okay? And there you have it. This is what you want to be doing during the 2-week holidays. And if you have any questions, please make sure you ask down in the comments below. But before I finish this video, I just want to stress this one more time, okay? This is like my warning to you. Please don't mess around, okay? If you've messed up term one, if you are not happy with term one, you have to understand that right now you are in a boat, okay? This is what I tell my students personally, right? Right now you're in a boat, right? Now, if in this boat you have holes at the bottom, right? You have holes in the bottom and you're in the water. Don't ask me why it's a Red Sea. And you're at the top here trying to row the boat as fast as possible and hard as possible. It doesn't make sense because there's holes at the bottom of the boat and the water just keeps going through. So you're never going to get to your destination. So during these holidays, you want to actually spend time fixing these holes, actually getting rid of these bottlenecks, these poor habits you have, poor methods you're using, poor mindset, all this stuff. You want to get rid of it because this is how you're going to return to term 2 an absolute academic weapon, right? And if you think that during these 2-week holidays, getting ahead of the content is enough or doing homework is enough, you're delusional. You need to fix yourself, okay? Now, if you want me to personally help you do that, then you might like the first link in the description down below. It's something that we can work together. I can help you make a plan for these holidays, something that's proven, something that hundreds of people are following and are all getting results. But I literally don't care if you clicked out or not. Please fix this. You need to fix it because just to recap, if you return to term 2, the same as term 1, the same person, same habits, same routines, same everything, you're cooked, my friend. Don't do that. Fix yourself. And I promise you can still make the academic comeback and still achieve that high ATAR. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Get to work, and I'll see you soon.